We didn't expect to get excited about another extraction shooter again. But here we are, absolutely hooked on Marathon. But that's just one of the big news and updates in co-op and multiplayer gaming this week. We cannot wait to talk about the rest with you. In the most cinematic way possible, Bungie has revealed their upcoming sci-fi extraction shooter Marathon, with a trailer directed by Alberto Mielgo, who had done some incredible work before for the amazing Netflix series Love, Death and Robots. If you haven't seen that, we highly recommend that too, by the way. But besides that 8-minute masterpiece, we also got a new gameplay trailer, showing more of what this new game by the creators of Halo and Destiny has to offer to players. Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter in which you play a runner, a cybernetic mercenary scavenging for loot on the lost colony of Tau Ceti 4. Besides battling PvE security robots, you, of course, fight against rivaling teams for upgrades and weapons. You can fully customize your runner with anything you found and get to extract from your runs, including implants, weapons and other equipment. If you're more hesitant towards competitive shooters, there will be maps more geared towards beginners and more challenging high-stakes zones, including ranked matches. Those will be integrated into Marathon seasons. Seasons will have special endgame challenges, seasonal storytelling portions, community events and more. We don't know anything about the monetization yet, by the way. But looking at those cool cyberpunk skins, what do you think it will be? Free to play, buy to play, or something else? The costumes look perfect for microtransactions, so we're already a bit scared, but I guess we'll find out on the development road ahead. Marathon is coming to Steam, PS5 and Xbox Series with full crossplay and cross-save on September 23rd, 2025. Lords of the Fallen is a dark fantasy action RPG that launched in 2023. Since then, they have released more than 50 free updates. But the version 2.0 update looks so good, we actually instantly bought the game ourselves. Before update 2.0, the co-op progress was not shared and neither was the loot. Now, you can play through the campaign together, everyone gets their individual rewards, and you can revive each other once fallen. And the best part? There's a free Friends Pass available now, so your friend can join you for free. They will get to create their own character and be able to first play the tutorial area. You can play with different people one at a time and all progress made will be saved. Crossplay between PC, PS5 and Xbox Series is also supported and there is a matchmaking system in place now. Besides that, combat, movement and even audio effects were improved. Weapon controls are more responsive with a better lock-on feature and heavier feeling weapon attacks. Also, there is now a dedicated jump button so you can freely jump anytime. A pathing clue system was also integrated into your lamp, showing you the direction of your next goal if you are lost. The character creator got improved textures, more adjustable options and body shapes. If you want to try it out, it is now on sale across all platforms, with a 67% price reduction on Steam. And as we said, one friend at a time can play for free with you. Now we have to talk about what's coming up in Elder Scrolls Online with Update 46, and wow, there's a lot to unpack from the ESO Direct 2025. ESO's new motto is "You belong here." And it's not just a slogan, it feels like a real shift in how they are approaching the game going forward, making it more flexible in terms of content and for players. We're gonna go over what that means in detail now. One of the biggest changes is stepping away from its tradition of releasing one big chapter every year. They've been doing that since Morrowind in 2017. Instead, they are moving towards more continuous content updates. The idea is to be more flexible and responsive, trying out new types of content while improving the experience for both newcomers and long-time players. And they've already started making moves. The tutorial has been revamped, the starter islands get a graphical upgrade, and they've been experimenting a bit with Cyrodiil, the large-scale PvP zone. Next up, they are focusing on some much-needed performance and graphical improvements, especially in combat and for the UI, based on feedback from the community. But now, let's talk about new content. One of the coolest additions is something called subclassing. Basically, once you hit level 50, you'll be able to mix and match skill lines from different classes. That means way more freedom in building your character. They are saying we'll get something like 3,000 different combinations. It opens up a ton of creative ways to play. Subclass skill lines are account-wide, so even if you haven't played a certain class before, you can still unlock and use its skill lines across your characters. There's also something coming this summer that's perfect for returning players. A set of welcome back features designed to help you get back into the swing of things. There'll be tools to help you relearn the systems, plus rewards to make jumping back in worth your time. Now, something we're really excited about, especially as a co-op focused channel, is the massive server-wide event called the Writhing Wall. Imagine a giant wall made of souls that the entire community has to tear down together. It's part of the Season of the Worm Cult, which kicks off in June. The community's collective effort on each mega server will determine how fast that progress goes. So yes, there's a bit of friendly competition too. The Season of the Worm Cult brings a mix of story content, dungeons, and events over the next few months. And it's actually a continuation of the original ESO storyline from way back in 2014, with none other than Molag Bal making his return. One of the main new zones will be Solstice Island, located on Tamriel's southern coast. It's got this cool Caribbean vibe, palm trees, a carnival, but also some darker twists to explore. Think tropical, but spooky. Looking ahead, there's also a switch away from the confusing chapter model. Essentially, before you had to buy content bundles for each major expansion and then some zones one by one. It was pretty confusing, and some of it was linked with the ESO Plus membership too. The new yearly content passes bundles everything that's coming up throughout the year. No more buying each piece individually. You just get access to it all. Oh, and if you're already playing ESO or thinking about jumping back in, there's a little bonus waiting for you. A free little monkey pet. Just use the code you see on screen to claim it. That's about it for now. Big changes, lots of new content, and some solid quality of life upgrades. It really feels like ESO is evolving in a good direction. So yeah, see you in Tamriel when we tear down that wall. On May 13th, Fantasy Life Sim Palia is not only launching on PS5 and Xbox Series, but on top their first big expansion, Elderwood, is coming. This expansion will be free to play again, just like the base game. And with the console release, it will support full cross-play and cross-progression across Steam, Switch, and newly added PS5 and Xbox Series. In the new adventure zone, Elderwood, you will explore the name-giving, overgrown ancient forest, where some essence-filled plants have started to spread. While visually quite a bit darker than usual and maybe even a little spooky, it still remains a cozy experience. It will feature more verticality than other zones to climb and glide down from, and a lot of hidden secrets between the tree roots. You will meet new creatures which are as adorable as they are aggressive. You will help uncover this mystery in a new story questline, where you also unearth hidden artifacts. These unlock a new equipment type called relics, which are party buffs for you and your friends. Alongside, there are new collectibles, fish, insects, plushies, and decor to give your home a visual overhaul. There are some quests available now to get you ready for the expansion, as well as a new Refer a Friend reward, the fungi. Half decor, half trampoline, full adorable. The more friends you get to play with you, the more shrooms are added to the plush, until you've got a full gang of fungi and friends. Overwatch's Season 16 is coming up on April 22nd and is absolutely packed with great content. We get the new Swift crossbow hero Freya, and a brand new permanent game mode called Stadium. This is a best out of 7 fight with loadouts and upgradable powers between each round. The new Season 16 Battle Pass skins include Doki Watch costumes for the girls, as well as a demon band and a royalty set, and a cute weapon skin for our girl Mercy, as well as different others and the new iridescent aspects for all mythic skins. Ranked is getting the long-awaited hero ban feature, banning the top pick out of 3 for the enemy team. On top, Overwatch Classic is bringing back the October 2020 Hero Roundup if you love to travel back into the good old times. Forever Winter is a 4-player co-op tactical survival horror shooter. currently in early access on Steam. The twist here is that this time you are not the overpowered hero. Instead, you are a scavenger, picking up loot from the dead to survive, living in underground communities with water as your most valuable resource. You should pick your fights wisely, knowing when to engage and when to lay low, saving your very scarce ammo. With the now released Nosebleed update, the enemy AI and awareness was improved, alongside updated gunplay and looting mechanics. To add more on top the co-op focus of Forever Winter, there is a new cooperatively operated weapon, the Railgun. It consists of 3 components, each of which has to be carried by one individual player. Once assembled, it will stay in place between individual raids and has to be manned to operate. As mentioned, it is still in early access, so not yet fully baked, but the grim art direction looks great and is definitely worth keeping an eye on if you ask us. The Planet Crafter has announced their next free and biggest update yet, called Moons. It's coming soon, but we do not have a date yet. This update will allow you to go to 2 new moons once you've finished terraforming your first planet. Once on a new moon, you'll be able to terraform it, while keeping all your blueprints, knowledge and equipment. You'll be able to exchange resources between those planets too. Windblown just received the new Sanctuary update, adding a mysterious new biome full of enemies and challenges. There are 4 new unique weapons, 5 new upgrades and more accessibility options, including showing your allies' skill effects and a bad luck protection when farming for specific items. Windblown is a 3-player co-op action roguelike by the creators of Dead Cells, currently successfully growing in early access. If you've been following our channel for a while, you know at least one of us is patiently waiting for open world dress-up game Infinity Nikki to get co-op features. And now it is on the horizon, finally. With the next content update 1.5 in May, Serenity Island, a brand new multiplayer map will be added, bringing events and possibly more things to discover. More details will be shared by developer Infold over the next couple of weeks, and you can be sure we will be covering that. This weekend until April 21st, you can try out No More Room in Hell 2 on Steam for free. It just recently received the big Reanimation update, including 2 new maps, a revamped combat system, bigger character roster and bug fixes. Since its early access release, this game has been struggling quite a bit, being plagued by optimization and balancing issues, now sitting on mixed reviews. We had been quite excited after seeing the initial trailers before release, but not so much anymore after seeing the first few videos capturing in-game footage. Something always looked a bit off about that, but we couldn't really point on it for sure. The shadows, the blurry zombies, or how strongly light was reflected off objects? But we haven't tried it yet. Hopefully, we will have time to try it this weekend. If you also enjoy trying out different games for free, go give No More Room in Hell 2 a go and tell us how it went if you did. We'd love to hear your opinion. Out of the blue, on April 15th, RuneScape Dragon Wilds released into early access on Steam. Just a couple of days after its initial reveal trailer, and already has a full development roadmap up. As the name suggests, it plays out in the RuneScape universe, on the continent Ashfall. It's more of a MMO light with survival crafting elements, gathering and building. In small groups of 1 to 4 players, you can go questing, level up your skills, explore Ashfall and fight against the looming danger of dragons. But that's it for this week. We wish you a great time in co-op with your favorite people, and we will see you again in the next one.